Hello everyone, my name is Chris McIntosh. I help teach the capstone courses. Today we're talking about defining a specific game and project objectives. We're working on the project proposal portion of your capstone. Last time we talked about how to find relevant literature and take notes. Today we're going to talk about defining a specific game and objectives. You should continue working on the available knowledge section. You should continue writing and add at least 2 more references. As a reminder, information in this section should expand on what is written in the problem description section and be supported by evidence. Use proper APA citations and references. If you're having trouble writing, just create bullet points that address the topics. Getting something down on paper is better than not writing anything. You will need to continue to add to the available knowledge section. Eventually, you should have 5 to 10 references in this section. The project aim is a succinct statement of what you're trying to accomplish. What is your overall target or goal? It can start with the text. The purpose of this project is. It should be a short statement of how you're going to fix the problem you identified in your problem statement. What do you need to do to accomplish your aim? Objectives help identify the main steps in your project. They help organize activities to reach the goal identified in your project aim. An objective should consist of a measurable verb and what you'd like to have happen. Here's an example. Ask yourself if you need to assess, develop, implement, or evaluate. You don't need to get specific about how you're going to go about this at this point. We will do that in upcoming assignments. These objectives are just general statements of what you intend to accomplish. You only need as many objectives as is reasonable for the project. You will need to determine your objectives with your project preceptor. Here are some examples of different objectives. These are related to a clinical quality improvement type of project. Identify primary care providers' awareness and comfort levels regarding advanced care directives. Develop a practice-specific clinical guideline supported by the most current and evidence-based recommendations. Implement an educational presentation in a primary care setting. Evaluate provider and staff knowledge and a change in advanced care CPT code use pre to post clinical guideline implementation. Here are some objectives related to a program evaluation type of project. Assess cancer patients' knowledge about integrative medicine and health interventions. Develop a presentation about potential benefits of mind-body awareness and Qigong. Implement a patient-accessible modifiable Qigong course for cancer patients and their caregivers. Evaluate the impact of Qigong practices on quality of life and fatigue in cancer patients and their caregivers. These are some objectives related to a translation study type of a project. Identify patients with HbA1c greater than 7% in a primary care setting. Develop a clinical practice specific translation of Patton's 2015 patient-centered evidence-based intervention using problem solving. Implement the evidence-based intervention using problem solving to improve frequency of self-reported, self-monitored blood glucose testing. Evaluate pre- and post-test measure of self-monitored blood glucose testing and patient change in blood glucose testing at 3 months. Here's some objectives related to a needs assessment type of a project. Assess current local intensive care unit staffing levels, patient acuity, admission rates, and staffing models. Compare local findings with current research and identify potential barriers. Develop and propose a collaborative staffing model incorporating current research and ICU needs. Evaluate stakeholders' feedback on an executive report and provide program implementation recommendations. Here's some questions to think about. Do you need to assess or identify a phenomenon? Do you need to develop a guideline, protocol, or algorithm? Do you need to implement something? Do you need to evaluate something you developed or implemented? Every project should have an evaluate objective. Even if you don't get to see enough of your project completed to do the evaluation, you should still create an evaluation plan. You can see more examples in other project papers. We have quite a bit of flexibility with these projects. Despite our best laid plans, sometimes things happen and circumstances change. Sometimes we have to adjust the plan on the fly as we're working on things. Luckily, the quality improvement framework we work in and the manuscript template we use have flexibility built in. We can adjust things as plans and circumstances change. Your assignment is to write an overall project aim and general project objectives to accomplish that aim. That's all we'll do in this video. There's more to come.